Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm here to talk about books. Today we are kicking off with a reading vlog. We are actually getting ready right now to go to Flagstaff. So my husband is the youngest of 5 boys, so he has a lot of brothers, and we're actually going to visit one of his brothers who lives in Flagstaff, and then one of his other brothers is also going and bringing their children. So yeah, there's just gonna be a big fun family weekend, and I plan on getting some reading done on this trip. I'm not too sure as of right now what the second book is that I want to read for this vlog, but I do know that the first one I have picked out is Such Quiet Girls by Noelle West Ely. This is a new release from Noelle West Ely, and I absolutely loved Room for Rent, so I want to read her newest release, of course, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so why not? For the second book, I'm thinking that we might do another thriller, but I'm kind of a mood reader, so I guess we'll just have to see what I'm in the mood for. And then also when we get back from Flagstaff, I do work, for a little bit of the week. And then I have a birthday party that we're going to for my little cousin, who I have mentioned before here on this channel. She's a very big part of my life. She's turning 6 years old. So we are going to her birthday party, which is at a trampoline park, and it actually sounds really fun. So I'm super excited. I don't plan on starting this book until we're on the road, just so that I have something to do while we're driving, because I'm a passenger princess through and through. I guess I'll just show you guys me packing for now, and then we'll hit the road. We just got to our hotel in Flagstaff, but while we were on the drive up, I did get about 50 pages into Such Quiet Girls by Noelle West Ely, and it's very fast moving. Like, we've already gotten to some action. This book, if you guys aren't aware, is following these kids on a bus, and the bus is being held at gunpoint, and the kids are being taken off of the bus for ransom. So you get 4 points of views. You get one from one of the kids, you get one from the bus driver, one from one of the gunmen, and then you also get one from a parent of one of the children that's on the bus. I'll see how far I can get into it today, and then I'll give you guys an update once that I have one. I hope he sleeps good tonight.
Go, buddy, go!
Babe, I hope he sleeps good tonight.
Oh, he's gonna, for sure.
Who's gonna win? It is the next morning, and we are about to head out because his nephew has a soccer game that we're going to. Last night we went to his brother's house, and we had dinner there and everything, and they have like a little fire pit in their backyard, so we had a little fire. It was really fun. The kids, because my husband has a lot of nephews and one niece on his side. The kids were loving Shadow, as you guys saw from the footage. Like, they were all chasing him around. Not the ball. They were all chasing him around with a rope toy, and then his brother has a dog, and they were playing tug of war with the rope, and it was so funny. So he was so tired when he got home. The hotel's been really nice so far. My one complaint is that the shower, like, I guess this hotel is newly remodeled, so the shower is one of those stand-up showers, and it doesn't have any shelving or anything in there, so there was nowhere for me to like put my shampoo and stuff. But I had to shave my legs, and there's like nowhere for me to put my foot or whatever, and I wear glasses, so I can't see very well unless I'm up close. So I have to like bend down and try to shave my legs, and I ended up cutting my leg on my ankle like 4 times, and it was bleeding like crazy. I ended up sitting in the shower to shave my legs, and my husband was like, "You look like a little kid." But yeah, I had to do that because I was freaking cutting up my ankle so bad. Of course, since we're in a hotel, it's like white sheets and white towels and stuff, so there's like blood on the towels and blood on the sheets. I always bring band-aids whenever I go on vacation, but I ended up using all of the band-aids that I brought, trying to keep like these shaving cuts under control. So I'm gonna have to leave a note and be like, "I'm sorry about all the blood. Like, nobody was murdered in here. Please put shelves in your shower." I woke up this morning at like 4:45 in the morning, and it was one of those wake ups where you panic and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm late." And my husband did the same exact thing. Like, he thought he was gonna be late for work, but we are on vacation. I'm just wearing this cute black jumpsuit. It's one of my faves. I have this little mini backpack that I love that has my Kindle in it because that's a must. Of course, water, stay hydrated. And we are bringing the boys, so yeah. After the game, I wanted to stop at Bookman's because I saw that they had a Bookman's here. You guys might remember I had some store credit from when I sold them my books, but I didn't find anything. So I went there and I scored with 2 books that were highly anticipated for me. And they are brand new hardcovers from Book of the Month. And I got them both for $5 after my store credit. So I'm very excited about that. But I got Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. This one, in my mid-year freakout tag, one of the questions was what books have come out this year that you haven't read yet but you want to, and this was one of my answers, so I was super stoked to pick this up. And then I also got None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. She's another one of my authors that I like to go to when I'm in a reading slump, and I've heard really high praise for this book, so I'm super excited. And I think I will be reading this in tandem with the audiobook because I heard that with the mixed media, because there's like a podcast element in this one, that the audiobook is fantastic. So I definitely want to have the audiobook as well for this one. But yeah, I got both of these books for $5 and I'm so happy about that. After I was done with Bookman's, we just went to one of our favorite sandwich places out here, which is called Proper Meats and Provisions, and we got ourselves some lunch. So now we're just back at the hotel and we're about to eat. Later today, after his brother gets off work, his brother's wife had made a reservation at a restaurant, so we're gonna be going out to dinner with them and kind of just chilling for the rest of the night, I guess. But yeah, that is what the plan is so far, and I am going to eat my sandwich and read some more of Such Quiet Girls.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We'll just get our food. All the meat is all cooked and ready.
Just a quick update because we're all checked out of our hotel and we went over to his brother's house where his other brother was staying and we were staying in a hotel. But I went out to brunch with my two sister-in-laws and now we're officially headed back. But we are going a scenic route and we're stopping in Sedona to see if we can find like a nice little trail to take the boys on. But then yeah, we'll be back home, so I'll get some reading done on the ride.
Careful, buddy.
Shaq? Oh.
You get in there too, Jakey boy? Yeah.
Tiki, come over here, baby.
What do you want? What you doing, bud?
Shadow, stop drinking it. Shadow. He's going fishing.
Yeah. No, leave the bee alone. Leave the bee alone, please.
Let's flow directly to runway 11.
All right, so I'm home and I'm showered. I've got my little reading buddy here. We've got our toe beans ready to go and about 100 pages left of this book. So let's get it. Last night after we got home and we unpacked like the car and everything, I did end up finishing Such Quiet Girls. And I gave it a 4-star rating. It was very captivating. I feel that if I wasn't on vacation and had like things planned with like my in-laws and stuff, that I probably would have finished it a lot quicker. And then I also didn't know until after I finished it, like this is fiction, but it's based on true events. And there's actually a documentary about it. So my husband and I watched that documentary last night. It's called Chowchilla and it's on HBO Max, but I don't have that, so I just rented it on Prime for like $4. But it was a real case where in Chowchilla, California, these 26 students and their bus driver were abducted from their bus and put into like an underground bunker for ransom. So yeah, that was very interesting, and it happened in, I think it was 1979. It was in the 70s, the late 70s. Differences is obviously there was more kids because in the book there was only like 10 kids, I think, but in real life there was 26 children, and the, you know, names and genders and stuff were all switched around. There was a cell phone aspect in the book that was not in real life because it was from the 70s, where like in the book the kids weren't allowed to have their cell phones on the bus and they had to put them in these little pockets with their names on them. And that was the part that I found really weird because, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I don't know how schools are these days, but I'd imagine out of all places school related that the kids are allowed to have their cell phones, it would be on the school bus, right? Like, why would you not allow the kids to have their cell phones on the school bus? That part doesn't make sense to me, but it could have been like a plot reasoning. That documentary was very interesting because all of the children had survived. So there were some of them that you got to see like their perspective as an adult and where they got to talk about it. And there was some of the police recordings from the children after they were found and stuff where they were talking about what was happening, and they took photos of all of the kids coming out of the bunker. Today is now Monday, so it is now the start of my work week again. So I am working today. I am going to be starting on, I think, The Last Party by A.R. Torre. Like, that's the one that I want to read right now, but we'll see what happens. I'll start reading it and see if I'm interested in it. I do really like A.R. Torre. I actually own a couple of her books and have liked them and rated them 5 stars. So sometimes with these vlogs, I don't go into them with a plan. I just mood read because I'm very much a mood reader. And then if a theme happens, then a theme happens. Yeah, that's the plan for right now. I'm probably going to take a shower and get ready for work. We don't have any coffee creamer in this house, so my husband just went and got me Red Bulls. I only asked for 1, but he got me 2. This is one of my new favorites, this wild berry one, and I like the sugar-free Red Bulls. And then I asked him to get me this apricot one, strawberry apricot. And then hopefully before I start work today, I can get a decent way into The Last Party by A.R. Torre. Good morning, my bookish friends. It is Tuesday, and I do have an update for you guys on The Last Party by A.R. Torre. But before we get into that, I actually have some book mail to open with you guys. I don't usually buy books, but it's a slippery slope. Once that you start, you can't stop. So yeah, at least everything that I've purchased was used, and the one book that I got that was brand new was a gift from my dad. We'll start with this one because I think I know which one this is, but I got this one from it was like a Goodwill or something on Amazon. I don't know. This is the one I thought it was. So I read this book in January and I gave it 5 stars. So I wanted myself a little trophy copy. There's clearly some stickers and stuff that were left on here. This is Crossroads by Laurel Hightower. Just this little tiny book, but it was so good. I loved this book. I've always struggled with getting these stickers off. I'm not a pro at it. But if you guys have any advice on how to get this like sticky residue off without harming a paperback book, I would love some advice. Since this was my first book from Laurel Hightower, that prompted me to purchase the next 2 books that I'm going to be showing you. This one's from Thrift Books, but I got Below by Laurel Hightower. This is another one of her novellas that is very high praised. So of course, you know, I had to get this. And I think I might be including this in my Summerween TBR. Not all of them are from Laurel Hightower, just these 3. But yeah, Day of the Door by Laurel Hightower. Again, another very short book. I guess that's kind of what she does. But this one is longer than the other 2. This one is just over 200 pages. 3 Laurel Hightower books to add to my collection. And my justification for buying these ones is because I tried looking at the library for these, and I went to several locations and they do not have her books, so I had to get them. Next up, we have another book which I have already read, but I gave it 5 stars and I needed a trophy copy. Well, this one's like nicely, oh, this is from Pango Books, so it came to me from a person and she wrapped it up very nicely. It is precious cargo, so I do appreciate that. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's so pretty. Notes on an Execution by Dania Kukopka. I had read this from the library. Oh, it's even got the deckled edges, just like the library copy did. I love this. And it's so like the feel of this book. Of course, you don't get that experience with a library book because they have like the plastic wrapping on it to protect it, but it's like matte and it feels so nice. You guys hear that? And then this is like shiny texture. I love. This one, which was also from Pango Books. My cat couldn't wait for me to open these myself, apparently. Like, that's Kiwi. She loves books just as much as I do. Again, this is also from Pango Books, so they wrapped it very nicely. All three of these books are ones that I have not read yet, but that were very highly anticipated by me. First one is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers. This one I saw Gabby Reeds had praised it highly, and as I've said already, Gabby Reeds is somebody who I trust a lot with her bookish opinion. This is also like a contemporary fiction, if I'm not wrong, and it's sad, which you guys know I love that, so of course I had to get it. And then this next one is Dirty Diana by Jen Besser and Shanna Fest. I didn't know it was a author duo. I didn't notice that before, but Dirty Diana. This one is about a woman who is in a marriage that's getting dull and old, and I think she wants to like explore her sexuality or something. I'm not sure if it involves like divorce or anything like that, but I know that she does, you know, she goes from living like the standard white picket fence American household lifestyle to trying new things. But yeah, Dirty Diana. And then this one, which I was very much inclined to pick up because I gave Notes on an Execution 5 stars. So this I have on my Kindle already, but I really wanted the physical copy of it. I think I got it on sale on my Kindle, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, of course, these are all used books, so it's not a problem for me. But that is Bright Young Woman by Jessica Knoll. And I'm very nervous to pick this book up because I know it's going to be kind of heavier true crime content. And while I really did enjoy that in Notes on an Execution, I know that's not something that always works for me. Plus, this is inspired by true events that were the Ted Bundy case. So yeah, we'll see how the author handles it. I heard that it is from like the perspective of the victims' families and people who knew the victims, and it's not so much about like the serial killer himself. And the title Bright Young Woman is because the lawyer in the courtroom told Ted Bundy, like, you're such a bright young man, why would you do this? So, Bright Young Woman. Yeah, that is all the bookish mail that I have for you guys today. I am so excited about these purchases. Now to talk about The Last Party by A.R. Torrey. Last night I got to page 97, which is chapter 24. And that is something that I really appreciate about this book, is that it has very fast chapters, which I absolutely love in a thriller. Like, there's nothing better that I could ask for than a short chapter. This mother and wife who is obsessed with these killings that happen. This man is in prison who had supposedly killed his daughter and his daughter's two friends while they were having a sleepover for his daughter's birthday. And he says that he didn't do it, but there's also some questionable, like, is he lying or what's going on? And our main character, who is a wife and a mother, she's one of those weirdos that's obsessed with prisoners and murderers, and she sees her husband and her daughter as being in the way of that. So she has this bright idea one day while running on her treadmill listening to her true crime podcast. Also, this woman is a very unlikable character. Like, she is extremely unlikable. She's very vain. She cares a lot about herself and nobody else. Like, she wants to murder her daughter. So far, in just the first 97 pages of that, she is frantically trying to find a surgeon who will immediately do a nose job for her, because she's like, I'm about to be famous as the surviving victim of this crime, and I have a big nose. So of course, when I'm in the spotlight, I would like to have like a perfect nose and a mole that's on her face. So she's like struggling to find this surgeon, and then she's like, oh, while you're at it, let's throw some liposuction in there, because she thinks she's going to be famous in like 2 months when she carries out this act. But her whole purpose for doing that is because she thinks that if she does like a copycat killer type of thing and then frames somebody else for it, that they'll say, oh, we have the wrong guy in jail. Like, he actually is innocent. Somebody else did this. And so they'll let him out. And then her and the murderer can like run off together, because she won't have a family in the way. I love an unlikable character and a morally gray character. Like, I don't know. I don't want to read about somebody who's perfect most of the time. That's not something that interests me very much. I would like to read people who have flaws and people who will give me that shock value that I'm looking for. So yeah, this is very interesting. It's very much A.R. Torre. Do you guys like my cup? Funny story about this cup. I went to this place called As You Wish Pottery with Jazz and my sister, and we did these pottery paintings. And then they were done right before we went to that cabin in Pine for Jazz's birthday. And I accidentally left this mug there. And I was distraught because this took me so long to paint. Like, I made it so meaningful to me, and I left it at the Airbnb. I was so upset with myself. Thankfully, the Airbnb host lives in Arizona as well. And so she was like, we're going to be heading up there at the end of the month, and I'll just bring it back down and ship it to you. And I was like, perfect. I was ready. Like, me and my husband were ready to just drive the 2.5 hours back up there and just take like a day to explore the area and go get lunch or take the boys into the woods or something. But yeah, we were ready to make that drive. And she was like, no, I'll just ship it to you. Hello, I am back because I wanted to give you a book update. I was super busy yesterday because we had a birthday party for my little cousin at the trampoline park, which was super fun. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely loved it. I had a great time. My body is so sore from jumping on those trampolines. And then of course, after we had that party, Jazz came over and we like deep cleaned my house and rearranged everything. But yeah, so last night while laying in bed, I did finish The Last Party by A.R. Torre, and this book was absolutely insane. So as I said in my last clip, we are following a very unlikable character who is a housewife, and she is obsessed with these killings that took place. It was shocking. There was a couple of twists there at the end that I kind of predicted, and then there was one that had my like jaw on the floor where I was like, oh my god. And I was listening to that part on audiobook because I was actually cleaning my house, and I had to like stop and pick up my Kindle and be like, did I just hear that correctly? Is that what actually happened? So yeah, I am just sitting here like, what the heck am I supposed to read after that? Because That was crazy. I'm actually going to be ending this vlog here because I'm about to start getting ready to film my Summerween vlog, and I'm wearing my shirt from last year, 2024, in celebration of Summerween starting again. I am so excited. I posted my TBR in a short, but I won't go too much into Summerween here because we've got a whole vlog coming up for you guys. And I do have my new merch already, so of course that's going to be in the next video. If you guys have read either of these books that I read in this video, please let me know. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about them. Especially, well, not especially. They were both really good. So yeah, either of the books if you guys want to talk about them. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below if you have anything to say. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in my Summerween vlog. Bye.